Most of the times the best way to improve the site is to make sure that you are not having anything that hinders your progress along the way. So if you're trying to press the gas, you have a handbrake on, obviously you're not going to go full speed. So today's video, we're going to cover 5 easy optimizations that you can do in order to get better results with your e-commerce store. If you don't know me yet, I'm Samuel Larsen. I'm the founder of ZeroGurus.com, where we help mostly 7-figure e-commerce stores get better results with their stores by optimizing their storefronts. And in today's video, that's what we're going to discuss as well. So let's jump into it. So first thing, no visitor/guest checkout. So most of the stores have a visitor checkout, but this would also be something that is the default option. So sometimes you have a screen in between where you have this thing showing that it looks like it's like you would need an account, and that can create friction as well. So there's been a lot of studies on this over the years, and it's been consistent that they've always found that there's a lot of abandonment that happens if there's no guest checkout. So 24% of online shoppers, for example, abandon their carts when the site asks them to create an account. And whenever I talk to store owners about this, they always say like, we really want people to have accounts because then they can log in and reorder and that kind of thing. There's a better way to do this. So once people have purchased, you can send them a password and then they can create the account afterward. But first get the sale. So here it is important to give the visitors the option without making it the default option to create the account before purchasing. This is to ensure the smooth, fast checkout process that will also leave them with a positive experience on your store. And furthermore there, second pointer is about the long checkout process. So some checkout processes are just tedious and it almost looks like there's so many steps, etc. Shopify does this pretty well. You have some options to reduce the form fields, for example, to make it shorter. You don't have that much customizability on Shopify. On the other platforms, we often recommend that we make the checkout a bit more Shopify-like, because with the Shopify checkout, it tends to be pretty smooth. It's an experience that people are used to already, so there's a lot of benefit from that. If you think of one of the most painful checkout experiences you can have, those are airlines. And here you have multiple different selections. You're always like getting hit by upsells before you purchase and that kind of thing. So everything enhances that, like you have one more decision all the time. And it can be very time consuming to go through the process. So if you have only 15 minutes, you probably can't even book a flight because it just takes time. And of course you want to be careful about that as well. Third thing, offering very limited or only one payment option. So now people of course have credit cards, debit cards, that kind of thing. However, they may not want to use them. Especially like some online shoppers tend to be very cautious about these things, because then their credit card details are definitely somewhere on the internet. And you are always going to lose some people if you don't offer PayPal, for example. Now, the thing here is that is the trade-off worth it, because it's also expensive. But generally speaking, it is good to offer at least some more payment options beyond just the credit cards. And online shoppers in general are less likely to push forward if there are no options available that they prefer. At the very least, your store, of course, would need to support the credit cards, which is a pretty much a given these days, but sometimes you see stores that don't. For the best possible results, understand your target customers, understand the payment methods that they prefer to use, whether it's PayPal, whether it's Klarna, these kinds of things. And then once you really hone that in, you can improve your results pretty fast with that. So if there is a lot of split payment preference, then offering that can help a lot with your results. Fourth thing, not enough customer reviews. Now this is a little bit of a tricky one to fix, but there are things. Obviously, you could go and create fake reviews. It's an option. One thing though is to consider that like many times they do come off very fake. So prefer better long-term strategies, of course, creating happy customers. But not only that, creating a system of creating and getting reviews from them. So whether it is something that is a little bit incentivized, like $5 off your next order, for example, and in exchange for a picture review or something like this, could be powerful. But what you really want to do is like treating your business as a thing that is like going to be more competitive over time. And reviews is one of the things where once you gather that, you have more social proof, more social proof, more social proof. So it should kind of balloon. And basically, the more social proof you have, the easier it is to get social proof. And then you get the snowball going here. The thing with the reviews is that it works two ways. It is a proof of result. So I'm more likely to get the result, and the result is more likely to be positive. So that's on the positive side. On the negative side, it is avoidance of negatives. So this is not a scam store. This is something that will be delivered to me. I will be highly confident that it will arrive on time, that kind of thing, and it's not going to be broken or these kinds of things. So here you are building a lot of trust and confidence in the visitors if you do have a lot of reviews. Fifth thing, slow pace loading speeds. So here there's also statistics that even a 1 second delay can provide 11% fewer page views, a 7% drop in conversion, and a 16% loss of customer satisfaction. So a pretty big numbers for just 1 second delays. Now, speed optimization is something that generally, at least like platforms like Shopify, tend to do a pretty good job these days because the themes are getting simpler from the coding standpoint. You tend to have pictures that are already in the right format and on the right sizes. So there's a lot that Shopify has done for you already, but there's a lot that it doesn't do. So for example, all these apps can leave traces on your themes. You have a lot of extra code loading, those kinds of things. So it can get like quite bulky from that perspective as well. So definitely something to consider is to have a speed audit done by a professional. And then you can get an idea of, are we loading extra fonts, for example, or extra assets? Are there like dead apps that we're not longer using that are loading? Are our image sizes optimized? Are we sending them on the right quality and that kind of thing? A lot of things that store owners never really consider because it takes quite a bit of experience and expertise to get all of this right. However, from the end customer perspective, they are loading it on mobile, possibly on slow mobile networks, etc. It can be a deal breaker. And for you as well, like when you are looking at it from your fast home internet or office internet on your big screen, and you have all those assets preloaded already, you may not know about the extent of the problem. So that is also something to consider. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got like at least 1 or 2 things that you can apply from here. Try to aim for these future things. Like think of your store and your business long term, and then you will be way better off. Everyone else is thinking about this on a very short-term biased way. So by focusing on making your store a fortress with reviews, fast load times, and all this different good stuff, you're gonna be competitive not only tomorrow, but way into the future as well. Hope you enjoyed it. I have been, and still am, Samuel Larsen from ecommercegrowth.com. If you are interested in working with us, go there and check us out. If you are not, subscribe to the channel anyway and like the video so that your YouTube algorithm will optimize for these kinds of good videos instead of giving you more cat videos. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Cheers.